On which of the following bands is a general class license holder granted all amateur privileges? Okay, that means that if on any band here you don't have all amateur privileges as a general, then that doesn't qualify. So if we look here in the first one, if we look at the 20-meter band, we can see that a general doesn't have all privileges, does it? Only the extra has all privileges there. So that takes out that question. Okay. If we look at the 160, we're okay, aren't we? The general has all of them, but if we look at 80, the general doesn't have all, does he? Okay, so that takes that one out. If we look at C here, the 160, the general has everything. The 60, general has everything. 30, general has everything. 17, general has everything. 12, general has everything. And 10, general has everything. Okay, so that's looking good. Let's take a look at this last question, this last possible answer. And if we look at the 15-meter band, we can see that generals don't have full privileges there. So that means that C is our correct answer there, and that's how you have to go through and eliminate on these kind of questions. On which of the following bands is phone operation prohibited? On which of these can you not operate phone? The phone on here is green, and if you look, you can see that there is no green here in the 30-meter band. So 30 meters is the correct answer. Now, this looks easy, right? Except you don't get to have the frequency chart while you take the test. So you just need to become familiar with these things. On which of the following bands is image transmission prohibited? Image transmission, again, is in the green, isn't it? So it's going to be the same answer as before. It's going to be the 30-meter band because we have no green here. It's also true in this band, but they don't offer that as an answer. Which of the following amateur bands is restricted to communication only on specific channels rather than frequency ranges? We talked about that briefly already, and it's this one right here with the 5 specific channels in it, the 60-meter band. Okay, and I've made a note here. You all should have the March edition of this frequency chart, which is just slightly different here than the one that's on the screen. One other thing I'd like to point out to you, if you look down in here, here in Hawaii and also in Alaska, we have a phone segment that the mainline doesn't have. If you read down in here, you see in ITU Region 2, west of 130 degrees, which includes all of Hawaii and all of Alaska, we have a phone segment from 7.025 to 7.075. Let's see, is that the one? Anyway, if you read that down in there, it tells you about, oh, here it is right here, 7.075 to 7100. And we do operate nets in Hawaii on that segment that people on the mainland can't use for phone operation. So anyway, the answer to this question, specific bands, 60-meter band. Which of the following frequencies is in the general class portion of the 40-meter band? Let's look at the 40-meter band. It's right here. In the general class portion, right here. And we're looking for a frequency that is in there. 7250. Looks like it's going to be in, doesn't it? But let's check them all. 7.500 is outside the band. The band ends at 7.3. And we can also see that these aren't even in the band, are they? These are trying to trick you into thinking that 40 megahertz is 40 meters. Okay? So correct answer there is A. Oh, here's where the information on that. Exclusive Alaska, Hawaii. Which of the following frequencies is in the 12-meter band? 12-meter band is over here. And you can see that that starts at 24,890. And this right here is in that band. Now you can use the rule of 300. And I don't know if you learned this when you were doing your technician or not. If we The rule of 300 says that if we take the number 300 and divide it by the wavelength in meters, which is what the name of the band is, we get 25 megahertz as the answer. And if we look here, we can see that the 12-meter band is approximately 25 megahertz. So for some of these questions, that rule of 300 works out well. Which of the following frequencies is within the general class portion of the 75-meter phone band? Now, this is a bit tricky because you don't see a band here that's marked 75 meters. 75 meters is a name for the top end of the 80-meter band, the phone end of the 80-meter band. So we're looking at the 80-meter band when we do this, and we can see that this one is not even in the 80-meter band, is it? 3750. Is that in the general portion? Here's general right here, and it's not in there, is it? The general class portion doesn't start until 3800. So that's out. 3900 looks good. 4005 is outside the band. So the correct answer is the 3900. And like I say, 75 meters is the informal name for the higher frequency end of the 80-meter band. Which of the following frequencies is within the general class portion of the 20-meter phone band? General class portion of the 20-meter phone band, we're looking at 14005. That's out here. Not for generals, is it? Okay. 14105. See, 14105, 14150. That one looks possible. 14305. Oh, well, we're looking for phone, aren't we? We're looking for phone. Okay, so it has to be in the green, and it's going to be this one right here that we're looking at. Okay, so that gives us 14305. 14405 is outside the band, completely up in here. So we're looking for the phone band. This one is general, but it's in the CW band. Okay, which of the following frequencies is within the general class portion of the 80-meter band? We're back here now looking at this. 18 is not in the 80-meter band. 25 is not in the 80-meter band. So we're looking at 3560 and 3650, general class portion. 3560, general. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay. 3650 does not look good. So correct answer is the 3560. Which of the following frequencies is within the general class portion of the 15-meter band? There's only one frequency here that's in the 15-meter band, isn't there? And it's this one right here, the 21. The 21 megahertz or 21,300 kilohertz frequency. Which of the following frequencies is available to a control operator holding a general class license? They're asking us now about the 10-meter band, and in the 10-meter band, we don't have any class restrictions, do we, on the 10-meter band? So all of these choices are correct. Okay. When general class licenses are not permitted to use the entire voice portion of a particular band, which portion of the voice segment is generally available to them? It's generally the upper frequency end that's available. If you look here, you can see the exclusive segments that generals are not allowed is on the lower portion of the segment. Okay, so the segment that's available is the upper frequency end of the band. Which, if any, amateur band is shared with the Citizens Radio Service? None of the bands are shared with the Citizens Radio Service. That's on the 11-meter band, and we don't have an amateur band at 11 meters. Which of the following applies when FCC rules designate the amateur service as a secondary user of a band? Amateur stations, let's see, where are we? Yeah, C here is the correct answer. Amateur stations are allowed to use the band only if they do not cause harmful interference to primary users. And if we are causing harmful interference to primary users, then we have to stop using the band. What's the appropriate action if, when operating on either the 30 or the 60-meter band, a station in the primary service interferes with your contact? Notify the FCC, increase your power, attempt to contact the station or request they stop, or move to a clear frequency. And since we are secondary there, the obvious answer is that we need to move to a clear frequency. Okay, we've just seen 15 questions. Of those 15 questions, 1 will be on your test.